Okie dokie. Go ahead and turn to page. Oops, hold on, hold everything. Turn to page 97 in your grammar book. Page 97. Let me back this out a little bit. I have not had a chance to grade your homework yet. Or maybe I did. I did a few of them. I can't remember if I did yours yet, but I will soon. I'm behind on my grading again, but I'm back home now, so I'm back on track. So I'll get that caught up soon.
You graded mine.
Oh, good. Okay. I might have graded Delilah's too. I'm just a little behind on the other students. Okay, so page 97 in your grammar book is the who, which clause. You guys already know about that because we use that in our writings, or we're going to start using that in our writing pretty soon. Let me check something really quick here. Yeah, we do. We use who, which in our writing. So for grammar, we're going to talk about it in this book, and we're going to learn how to label that. So it says a who, which clause is a group of words that describes the noun that it follows. So a who, which clause begins with the word who or which, a type of pronoun. Okay, so this is when we give a little bit more detail about either a person. Remember that when you use who, you're referring to either a person or an animal that's got personality, like, well, the story we're working on, the little red hen, right? You would use who when you're talking about her because she's kind of what we call personified. That means she's acting like a person, even though she's an animal. So it's fantasy. But then you use the word which when you're referring back to a thing or an animal that's just being an animal. That's when you use the word which. Okay, so who is for people or animals that are like people, or which for things or animals being animals. Answer these questions orally. So what does who refer to? Well, I just told you, person or an animal trying to be like a person with a personality. Which is referring to an object or an animal being an animal. So what does a who, which clause follow? It follows the noun. Okay, good. Thumbs up. Sentences with the same subject can be combined with a who, which clause. So here's some samples. The soldier lost his cloak. And by the way, cloak just means like jacket or cape kind of thing. The soldier was upset. Okay, those two sentences can actually be combined into one sentence here. The soldier who was upset lost his cloak. Okay, another way you could say it is the soldier who lost his cloak was upset. Okay, you can combine those two sentences either way using the word who. I also want you to notice the commas here around the who clause, okay? The soldier, comma, who was upset, comma, lost his cloak. So now look at these sentences at the bottom with the who, which clause. You're going to combine them using who or which. So here we have the princess tricked the soldiers and the princess hid the 3 gifts. So Cassie, can you think of a way you can combine those two sentences and use a who clause there?
Let's see. The princess tricked the soldiers so she can hide the 3 gifts.
Okay, you're close. You're really close. Try this. Try saying the princess who tricked the soldiers.
I did say who.
Okay, say your sentence one more time. Maybe I missed it.
The princess who tricked the soldiers hid the 3 gifts.
Okay, I missed it the first time. Sorry, you're right. So the princess who tricked the soldiers hid the 3 gifts. There's another way you could say it, Delilah. You could start with this sentence. The princess who hid the 3 gifts. How would you combine it with that?
It would be like the princess who hid the 3 gifts.
And then add this part.
Sorry. Wait, Grandma, this was on and I didn't do anything. Oh, Grandma, you left this part. Sorry, I'm trying to.
It's okay.
Don't mind what happened there.
Okay, it's okay. Try that one more time. Say the princess who hid the 3 gifts.
The princess who hid the 3 gifts.
And then add this part.
Tricked the soldiers.
Tricked the soldiers. So that's another way you can write that. So they gave you a line down here. So what I want you to do is you can decide which one you want to put, but you're going to write it down here. I'm going to put this one. Go ahead and mute, Delilah.
Okay.
And put a comma. Who tricked the soldiers, comma, hid the 3 gifts, and a period. The princess who tricked the soldiers hid the 3 gifts. Or you can write it the other way if you like that other way better. The princess who hid the 3 gifts tricked the soldiers. But that's an example of how you can take 2 short sentences, combine them into one, and use who or which in the middle. So we used who because we're talking about a person. We're talking about the princess. If you were talking about the gifts, you would use which. Because a gift is a thing, right? It's not a person. Okay, thumbs up when you got that sentence down. Good, Delilah. Okay, good, Cassie. Go ahead and turn to page 99. We are almost to page 100 in this book. You guys have been working hard. It's kind of cool. All right, page 99 is our first page with practice. So, would one of you mind reading the sentence to us? Okay, go ahead, Cassie. Good job.
The second soldier who wandered hopelessly came to the same lonely forest.
Good, and you can probably already tell there's a couple of mistakes in there, so we'll fix those. But the vocabulary word is wandered, and that just means walking around without purpose or direction. So basically aimlessly walking around. You don't know where you're going or what you're doing. So that was what wandered means, and wandered hopelessly. It's just kind of like he's alone and he's just like not sure what he's doing. And so he's all out of sorts. Okay, go ahead and put a check by vocabulary at the top there. I know my light is reflecting right there, but that's okay. Now moving over to market, go ahead and put your articles a and the. A and the, and you can mark those. I know you know how to find those easy. So go ahead and mark a and that's just 2 those basically. Okay. Check. All right, Delilah, I need some nouns. There's 2 nouns. Can you tell me what they are? Can you hear me, Delilah? Okay, go ahead and unmute and tell me what the nouns are. There's two of them.
The nouns are
Oh.
soldier and forest.
Good, excellent. Yes. Soldier and forest. Those are the two nouns. How about Cassie? How about the adjectives? Words that describe the nouns.
Second.
Good, second.
Hopelessly.
Good guess. Hopelessly is actually ly, so that one's not going to be an adjective.
Lonely.
Lonely, yep. It also has an ly, but this one is describing the forest. So remember, when you're looking for an adjective, you can look at the noun and ask yourself which one. So the lonely forest, and then this is also an adjective right here. What's this word?
Same.
Same. That's also telling about the forest. So same, lonely, forest. Okay. Those are both adjectives. So those are the adjectives. All right. The adverb. And I kind of gave it away already to Cassie when I said hopeless, when she said hopelessly. Hopelessly is describing how they wandered. And wandered is a verb, right? So we know that hopelessly wandered. This is going to be an ly adverb. So go ahead and just put ly there. Okay. How about Delilah? We need a prepositional phrase. Do you remember how to find those?
Yes.
Okay.
So same. I don't know. I think same.
Well, same is part of it. So here's what I want you to do. Remember in the back of the book, very back on page 198, there's a list of words back there.
Okay.
I'm also going to give you another clue because we need to fix this one right here. PWO.
I'm trying to look for it.
Okay. At the very, very back on page 198. I'll wait till you find that.
In my ELA today, I was learning about these.
Oh, cool. Okay, that's nice.
So they were easy for me.
Good. Do you see the list of prepositions back there, Delilah?
Not yet. What page is it on?
198.
One.
It's basically the very last page of your book. Just kidding. Just kidding. Hold on.
43.
You don't even have a 198.
43? Because there's one that talks about that.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. I told you wrong, Delilah. 43, you said, Cassie?
Yes, that's prepositional phrases.
Yeah. Good job. And we put a Post-it there, so I should have remembered that. Page 43 down here has a list for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
I see it.
Okay. So I'm going to give you a clue. Do you see the word to on that list? T-O?
Yes.
Okay, there it is. So go back to the page we're working on. Because we need to fix this to right here. This is page 99 now. Okay.
I got it.
Okay, so that should be T-O. So that means it's a preposition. So that's going to be the first word of the prepositional phrase. Okay, so what would be the whole phrase?
The whole phrase would be came to the same lonely forest.
You got it. Good job, Delilah. That's perfect.
It's kind of obvious.
Yeah, because it ends with a noun. So that's always the end. So good job. All right, now we're looking for a who, which clause. So that one's pretty obvious too. Do you see it, Cassie?
Yeah, it's right before wandered.
Okay, so read the whole clause for me.
Who
Sorry.
wandered hopelessly.
Yes, who wandered hopelessly. So we're going to put parentheses around that. That's how we label the who which clause. So above who, I want you to put W/W, and that stands for who which. Okay. So who wandered hopelessly is the who which clause. We could put a check by that. Now we need to look for verb, subject, verb pairs. So I'm going to give you a clue. There's a subject verb pair within the who clause. So Cassie, which one in this clause, who wandered hopelessly, what is the verb in that clause? Not who for the verb. Think of,
wandered.
yeah, wandered, because it's an action, right? But who is going to be the subject, because it's referring back to the second soldier here. So we need to put an S above the who. So who wandered, that's correct. And then Delilah, look at this part outside of the parentheses. So we have the second soldier came to the same lonely forest. So what would be the verb?
I'm not good at verse, but I'll try. Wondered? Oh, that's the only word.
I'll give you a big clue because all the other words already have a label, but this one does not. So what is this word?
I think it's a verb, since it's came, or subject.
It's a
It could be
verb.
Okay.
Because came is like coming somewhere, or you came in. It's doing something, okay? But when I ask who came, what is the subject then when we're talking about who came?
The lonely the second soldier.
Good, but you're just gonna say soldier. But you got it. The adjective second is describing the soldier, but you're right. The soldier is the subject. Came is the verb. That's perfect. Good job, Delilah. You guys got this. You're getting so good at it. Capital, that's super easy peasy cheesy, just the first word. End mark, super easy peasy cheesy, just a period. And then we already fixed the homophone too. So we got it. That wasn't too bad. Go ahead and rewrite it at the bottom there. Go ahead and write it down, Delilah.
I have it wrote down.
You already did it?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. You're quick. Okay, we'll give Cassie a minute. Let me know when you got it, Cassie. Got it? Okay, good. Go ahead and put your grammar books away. And now we're going to talk about the banned words list. So this is the blue page. It should be at the front of your binder, at the very, very front. It's page 57, but we took it out before. So that should be at the front of your binder. And Cassie, can you tell us what words you have on your list? Just the top part.
say and said,
Okay.
see, saw, and
Okay.
think and thought.
Okay, good. So you have these 3 columns filled in, it sounds like already, right?
Yeah.
Good. So we're going to add one more to your list over here in this column. So you're going to put go/went. Did you find that page, Delilah? You got it?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
good. Go ahead and put go went at the top. And now we're going to talk about some words that we can use instead of go and went. So usually when we go or went somewhere, we are moving either with our bodies or in a car or on a bike or a skateboard or something like that. So I saw your hand, Cassie. Do you have an idea?
I was thinking ran and quickly.
Ran. So quickly would be an adverb. So we don't want to use quickly, but ran would work, or we could do walked. What if you're oh, do you have an idea, Delilah? Is your hand up there?
Maybe like run.
Run, it's kind of the same as ran. What else could you say?
Let me. Maybe. Yeah, I had walked. I was thinking of doing walk, but
Okay. Oops.
maybe
Oh,
like
sorry, it just went black. Hold on.
maybe like chased.
Oh, I like it. What if you're like a hen, like the little red hen or a duck or something, you would kind of waddle, right?
Waddle, yeah.
Yeah, is that what you're thinking? Waddle. I'm going to put waddle to past tense. Or if you're a frog, how would you go somewhere?
Jumped.
Jumped, good. Or scattered, that's another one if you're like a mouse. Scattered.
Tiptoed.
Tiptoed, I like it. Dashed, if you're in a hurry. Or rushed. So, do you think of any others? Not right now. This is not all of them. You can add to this list if you find other words, or like when you're doing your homework, if you want something different than this list, you can look it up either in a thesaurus, or you can go online and look it up, as long as your grandma or mom or whoever is working with you says it's okay to go on the internet to look up a synonym. So you would look up something, you type in Google, what's another word for go? Or what's another word for went? And they'll show you some of these, but they'll have a longer list for you, okay? But always check with an adult before you go searching on Google. But you could use a book, a thesaurus, which is like a dictionary, you know, and it has all the words that mean the same as other words. Okay, so now that we've added go, went to our banned words list, that means you cannot use those words anymore in your writing. Okay, because if you do, you'll get points taken off from your homework. So don't use go and went anymore. They're banned. All right, we're done with that page. Now, see what's next. Go ahead and get out your keyword outline from the Little Red Hen. The keyword outline from the Little Red Hen. And you guys worked on paragraph 1 this time. So let me write this down real quick here. Hold on. think I have it. My papers got mixed up here. Okay. This should be in the front of your binder as well. The very front, because whenever we're working on something, we keep it up there. And I can't find my outline, so I'm gonna have to make one really quick. But basically, you already have it set up at the top here, and you should have Roman numeral 1, and then we did 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold on, I gotta find that. Where is it? Huh. Maybe I accidentally erased it. That's possible. Okay. And you guys already wrote your outline for Roman numeral 1. And then we have Roman numeral 2. I don't think we did that one yet, did we?
Yeah, we filled out number 1, 2, and 3.
You already filled them all out?
Well, we did have like the numbers, but we only did paragraph 1.
Okay, thank you. So you already finished 1, but now we're moving on to Roman numeral 2. Is that what you have too, Delilah?
Also, can I say something?
Yeah, absolutely.
So while I was doing,
Hold on, Delilah. Hang on a second.
While I was doing testing, a question came up, and it was about King Midas.
Oh, wow. Really?
Yeah.
And you know about King Midas.
Yeah, it was just like a little bit different. It was just like about a goat man instead of like a stranger.
Ah, interesting. Okay. Maybe a little different version of the story. That's
But
cool.
like, he still wanted like all the gold and stuff like that.
Oh, okay. You wanted everything you touched to turn to gold.
Yeah.
Awesome. You're like, hey, I know that story. We've done that one. All right. So now, let's talk for a minute about the first paragraph. Let me fill this in really quick because I know we did this together. You guys had LRH right here for number 1. And then what did you have after the little red hen here for number 1? You have busy, or what do you have, Cassie, on your number 1? Oh, you're muted.
On my numeral 1 or number 1?
Roman numeral 1.
Oh, I have
Delilah, you're making a lot of noise, honey. I can't hear when you're doing that.
Sorry.
It's okay. Go
I
ahead.
have the LRN for little red hen,
Uh-huh.
and then nice,
Okay.
busy,
Okay.
and chickies.
And chickies. Got it. And then I think the next one was about the cat, right? What did we
Yeah.
have? Cat.
Cat, lazy, and that.
And then what was the next one?
Pig, sleeping, and eating. And then we had rat, prideful, and carefree.
Okay.
And then for number 4, you only made us put farmyard.
Okay. We didn't get to finish that one, I think. So we should add these. Go ahead and add wheat and seed, because that's when the hen found the seed. And that's what started the next part of the story, where she's like, who will help me plant the seed? Who will help me make the bread? And she just kept asking. And they all said, no, 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 no. Okay. So you guys wrote your paragraph about this, but I kind of wanted to go over a couple of things with you, because when you wrote your paragraph, it was a little choppy when reading it, because I think both of you said something like, there was a little red hen who was nice and busy and had chickies. There was a cat who was lazy and napped. There was a pig sleeping and eating. There was a rat. So do you hear me saying there was? So you
Mine
don't
wasn't
want to,
like that.
yours was like that?
No, it wasn't. It's not really
Okay.
like that.
It might have been Delilah's, which I'm not picking on you, Delilah, at all. I want you to be thinking of another way to say things, because you don't want to use the same words over and over. Do you hear what I'm saying, Delilah? Because in yours, I think you might have said there was. So you want to change it up a little bit. So I want to practice doing this outline with you. So I can start the story by saying once upon a time, or I could say there once was a hen who was. So if I start by saying there once was a little red hen who was nice and busy and had chickies. That would be a good way to start the story. I could also say, going on to cat, I could say, in the barn. How could I add the rest of these words, Cassie? If I started this sentence with in the barn, how could you finish the sentence using these words?
In the barn, the cat lazily napped on the hay.
Good. I like it. Very good. Is that
Also,
what your
mine
hand was
was
up?
No, but I was gonna say my first sentence was similar to the one that you said.
Oh, perfect. So we're on the same brainwave. So look at number 2 here, Delilah. It says pig, sleeping, eating. I'm going to start the sentence for you. And I'm going to say, as for the pig, and then you finish the sentence using these 2 words, sleeping and eating. As for the pig.
What?
You would say, as for the pig, he was sleeping. He wanted to, here, I'll help you with this one. As for the pig, he wanted to sleep and eat all day long. That's another way you can say that. Does that make sense, Delilah?
Yes.
Okay, let me give you another one. I don't know why there's an echo going on, but that's okay.
I think it's because Delilah's on mute.
Yeah, it's okay. I don't know why yours is echoing like that. So now we're going to go on. Delilah, this is for you, okay? If I start this sentence and say, the rat, however, was, how can I use these 2 words in the sentence?
Grandma, the fire's make it sound like wind.
So Delilah, think about this one.
Okay.
Okay, so the rat, however, was, how could you make that a sentence?
Maybe I could do, the rat was very prideful and careful.
And carefree, good job. Yes, that was perfect. And then I could end it by saying, one day in the farmyard, the hen found a wheat seed. So what I want you to think about, Delilah and Cassie both, is make sure when you're writing your sentences from your outline, you got to start them differently every time. Don't use the same words, because then it's kind of plain, right? We're trying to give your story style. And in order to give it style, you got to start your sentence a little bit different each time. All right, now we're moving on to Roman numeral 2. Who remembers from the story sequence chart what happens in Roman numeral 2? What part of the story is that? Remember, Cassie?
I can't really hear.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Delilah, I think you need to mute while you're not talking, because for some reason it's picking up outside sounds. There you go.
Sorry, it's my fire.
Oh, it's okay. Go ahead and mute if you're not talking. There you go. So number 2, remember this first part for Roman numeral 1, you're introducing the characters in the setting. Remember the story sequence chart. So for
Yes.
number 2, what are we talking about for the second paragraph of the story?
Am I allowed to look back at my story? Like,
Yeah, you can look back at your chart. That's fine. In the middle, what usually happens?
Um,
I can help you if you don't remember.
who
It's
will
okay.
plant the seed? I think and then the little red hen said, "Who will plant the seed?" And the pig said, "Not I." The cat said, "Not I," and the rat said, "Not I."
Okay, good. So in our story, that's where the conflict and the problem happen, right? In this middle part, it's the conflict and the problem. So you're right, that is the conflict. So we're going to focus on the little red hen. So write this in on your story sequence chart here. Do you have yours, Delilah?
Yes, but I'm trying to find my pencil.
Oh, okay.
Is it less louder?
It's less louder. Yes, that's better. Okay, so we have the little red hen. Did you find your pencil? You can go get it if you need to. Just make sure you have it because we're going to be writing stuff. She wanted to turn the wheat into bread. Oops, hold on a second. Let me fix that. Sorry, Cassie. I'm going to draw an arrow to bread. So this is the middle of the story. When we were talking about the story sequence chart, in the middle is the conflict and the problem. Remember, we answer those questions like, what do they want? What are they thinking? What are they doing? What are they saying? All of that is happening in the middle paragraph of your story. So we know that the little red hen, LRH, that stands for little red hen, wants to turn the wheat into bread, right? She wants to make the bread out of the wheat. Okay, so what does she ask at first? So she has the seed and she asks the other animals if they could help her do something. Do you remember? You can look back on the story if you need to. What does she ask them?
Who will help me plant the seed?
Good. So let's put, good, Cassie, help. And then put plant, question mark, help plant. And then here's where we're going to use some symbols, because remember, we can use symbols and numbers for free. We don't have to count those as words. So here's where I'm going to put C for the cat, and P for the pig, and R for the rat. And they all said no. They said not I, right?
Spell
Not I.
CPR.
CPR, yeah. But it stands for cat, pig, and rat.
Yeah.
CPR.
CPR. Yeah, we know what CPR is, but in this story, it's the cat, the pig, and the rat. Okay, and then what did she ask next, Delilah? So after she asked, who will help me plant the seed, what does she ask next? You can look in the story.
I don't remember.
Do you have the story in front of you?
Not right now.
Oh, it's right here, Delilah.
Okay. It should be in your binder because we're talking about the little red hen.
It's in the thing you're looking at.
This is
Remember,
hard.
we keep everything we're working on at very front, so hopefully it's there.
It probably is.
I keep finding like in the little pocket at the front.
You need to do that pocket. That's a good idea, or in the rings. Either way,
I
just to make sure it's in there.
I staple like all like the little red head stuff together, and then I just
Ah,
put
It's right here. Wait, where is
that's
it?
good, Cassie. That's good organizing.
It's right there. In the front. It's right there.
Oh, I found it.
Okay, good. So you're going to look back on the story. Remember right here where it says, who will plant the seed? And then they all said, not I, not I, not I. Remember that part?
So you can make that say nobody said yes.
That's true. Nobody said yes. But then down here, she asked the next question. What did she ask?
Who will cut the wheat?
Good.
All the
So-
people said I.
Okay, so let's put cut wheat question mark. And they all said not I again, right? So we're going to put CPR and then no. Because we can only use 3 words, right? So we have cut, wheat, and no. But when you go to retell the story, you could say not I if you wanted to keep it the same way. That's okay too. And then Cassie, what did she ask after that?
she asked who will thresh the wheat.
Good. So thresh. Now the word thresh might be new to you guys. Go ahead and mute Delilah for a second. Thresh means when you harvest the wheat, you might have seen pictures of wheat growing before, but they're like grass, right? They grow kind of tall. And then it has the little, almost like a tube looking piece with little pieces at the top. So it's almost like a plume or like a feather kind of at the top with little pieces. So when you thresh, you're taking those little pieces off the top and you're throwing away the stem because the stem is not the part we eat, right? So it's basically means it's separating the wheat. It's pulling the little seeds off and then they throw away the stem because you don't need that part. Okay, so that's what thresh means. Who will help me thresh? And when you're doing it by hand, it's a lot of work. And now we have big tractors and machines and stuff like that that will do that for people. But she's asking, who will help me thresh? And they all said no again. This time I'm just going to put no. And then she also asked carry, who will help me carry, right? Let me double check here. Carry the wheat to the mill. Who will help me carry the wheat to the mill? And everybody said no again. So I know I have extra words right here, but for this one time, because we're using the word no, that's going to be okay. I wanted to put those on the same line. Who will help me thresh? No. Who will help me carry? No. So none of them are helping her at all.
We just had a number 5.
Oh, you had a number 5? That's okay.
No, I didn't. We could just add a number 5 just to add it.
Oh, okay. Good, Cassie. That's smart. You can do it that way. And then what was the next question? She asked if they could help her bake. And they all said no again. So that is the conflict and the problem that's happening in the middle of the story. This poor little hen is just like, somebody please help me do all this stuff. And they're all saying no throughout. So that's the conflict, right? She's not getting any help, but it keeps going, right? So now we're going to talk about how does it get resolved, or the climax and resolution, remember, at the end of the story. So there's a climax and a resolution. So for the Roman numeral 3, now she's mixing the dough. So we've got mix, and then we've got knead. Have you guys ever kneaded dough before?
Yeah, it's so fun.
It is kind of fun. Have you ever done it before, Delilah? Yeah.
I
Sometimes,
went to the place and they had dough that you can knead.
oh yeah. So the word need, you don't hear the K sound. It's just need. It kind of sounds like the other word, N-E-E-D, but it sounds the same. It's one of those homophones, but this one with the K-N-E-D means to like grab the dough and push it and squeeze it and twist it and just get it worked together. Sometimes we even do that with Play-Doh. Have you guys ever played with Play-Doh or clay before and you just kind of smash it and squeeze it and move it
Yeah,
around like that?
I had
Yeah.
made like kind of like wheat cookies, I think. I don't know what they were, and you had to knead them.
Okay, so you know how to do that with the dough. So that's what that means, knead. And then we're going to put the word dough here. So she's working with the dough, kneading it and mixing it. So what happens then? We can peek back at the story because I know we read it last week. So she's kneading the dough. And let's see. I'm looking down toward the bottom of the back page where it says, while the cat sat lazily by, the vain rat powdered his nose and admired himself in a mirror, and in the distance could be heard the snores of the dozing pig. They are just no help whatsoever. So the cat, I'm just going to put C, is lazing around, right? The pig is snoring. And the rat, what's the rat doing?
Like doing something to, or like admiring himself in the mirror.
Admiring himself in the mirror. It also says he was like powdering his nose, I think. So that's kind of an old-fashioned thing to do. People really don't, I don't think they do that very often, but if you know anybody that wears a lot of makeup, sometimes your nose gets a little shiny and they don't like that. So they have this little pad and they dip it in the powder and then they tap it on their nose to make their nose not shiny anymore. So I don't know if people really do that anymore, but that's what that means. This is kind of an old story.
I use it for cheer competition sometimes.
Okay, you know then, huh? On your nose, you powder your nose a little bit. That's cute. And you wear makeup too, huh? On your eyes and stuff. How fun. Do you do your hair really big with a big ponytail?
Yeah, I feel like it has to be like poofy and stuff like that.
Super poofy. Yeah.
Mm.
Do you have a hair piece that you wear with it or do you make your own?
Well, so my mom uses my own hair right now, but she might buy like it's like called a posh. So it's like you make a bun and then you put it on. So it already has like the curls in it for you and everything. 'Cause she has I'm
Oh,
smoothing out my hair and stuff like that.
that sounds like a really easy way to do it. Is just put your own hair in a bun and then put that thing on top and you're done.
Except you have to put like a zip tie though, so it'll stay.
Oh, yeah, I bet. Because you don't want that falling off in the middle of competition.
No.
That would be
The one
embarrassing.
girls like she accidentally went like that and it fell off.
Oh no. I bet she was so embarrassed, poor thing. Yeah, I'm sure it happens though. All right, so they all said no, she needed the dough. And now we're to the point at the end where they're smelling the bread in the oven, right? And if you've ever smelled fresh baked bread, it is so awesome. It smells so good.
My mom just made some today.
Oh my goodness, I wish I was at your house. I
And
love
she brought
fresh
me
bread.
some and it was so good.
What kind of bread did she make?
I think on the thing it said like thrifty bread. I don't know.
Oh, like a white bread maybe, or a sourdough or something like that.
Probably white bread.
That sounds really good.
It was so good.
I bet, with warm, and then put butter on it while it's warm. Ooh,
She
that-
just brought me some right now.
oh my gosh, I'm so jealous. That sounds really good. Okay, remember that word wafted? Go ahead and put that word down, because wafted is what it means when the wind or the breeze carries the smell. And even if you're like outside playing and your mom's baking bread and the window's open, the wind might bring the smell out to you while you're playing, and you might think, oh my gosh, that smells so good, I need to go get some bread. So wafted just means it was carried in the breeze. And then it says it wafted on the autumn breeze, and now the animals, they can smell it. I'm going to put animals here. The animals could smell it. All right, now we get to that point. She asks one final question. You remember what the last question is, Delilah, that the hen asked the animals at the very end of the story? I know Cassie knows. Let's see if Delilah knows. Don't give it away. Look at the back of the story, Delilah. You can find it. Toward the bottom, she asks a question at the very back. At the very bottom. Okay, remember the bread is all done and they can smell it. Do you need help finding it? Okay, look at the back right here. At the bottom.
I can't find it.
Look at the back right here, sweetie.
Nothing. The word.
You can read it on the screen. This
I
is the
can't
question.
find it.
I hear you. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah. I can't
It's right
find
here, sweetie. Go ahead and read it right here.
it. Who will eat the bread?
There you go. That's the last question she asked. Remember, the bread is done. So she asked them, who will help me eat the bread? So let's put help eat question mark. And then CPR. They all said what?
I will.
I will. Who will help me eat it? And they all said, I will, I will, I will. And then what did Hen say? When they all wanted to eat the bread, did she let them eat the bread?
No, she said I will.
Yeah, she said, no way, Jose. She said, no, I will. And then I'm also going to put the word chickies here because she did share with her chickies. But she didn't want to share with anybody else. And I don't blame her one bit.
You broke.
I don't think I
the
would
rule.
want to share.
You broke the rule. You put 4 words instead of 3.
I broke the rule again. I did. I did. I was trying to squeeze in no one more time, but yes, we can count I will as kind of like one word. Can we just do it just this one time or this second time? Okay, no, I will, and then chickies. She shared with her chickies. Okay. Now we've got our whole outline. I'm going to go ahead and put up here a little red hen because I forgot you guys already have that part. Little red hen, and we have the date, your name and date here. Today is the 24th, but you probably have a different date on yours. Okay. So now we're done. What I want to do now, just for practice, is to practice making these into complete sentences. Let me check my note really quick. Okay. So looking at, I'm going to draw a line here because you're going to work on the next 2 paragraphs for your homework. That I know that's more than what you normally have, but we're trying to get through this part of the chapter here. But you've got your outline already set, and you guys are really good at writing your paragraphs. So your homework is going to be your grammar and then these 2 paragraphs here. So let's practice. I'm going to start with Cassie. Just remember early on how we would practice looking at the words and then coming up with a sentence in your head and then looking up and saying the sentence? Remember when we did that? Okay, so try that for Roman numeral 2.
Okay. So, oh, can I look back at the story real quick?
Yeah, that first one's hard.
I forgot.
You can say she wanted to make bread with the wheat or something like that, or she wanted to turn the wheat into bread, something like that.
Mm. The little red hen. Um, oh, this is a hard one.
It's hard. Let me help you with this one. The little red hen wanted to make bread with the wheat. How about that?
That makes sense.
And you can rearrange the words. That's okay. So go ahead and go on to this part here, the regular number 1. Can you turn that one into a sentence?
Who will help plant the wheat seed? The cat said, not I. The pig said, not I. And the rat said, not I.
That was perfect, but I'm going to pause you right there because this is going to be a challenge for you guys. Remember, said is a banned word now.
Oh, yeah.
So what could you say instead of said or the hen?
Yelled.
Yelled. Perfect. So remember, as you're writing these, because there's a lot of speaking parts here, don't use said. It's gonna
Usually when I'm writing, I have this page out and the
Good.
page.
Good, Cassie. That's right. Good. So go on to number 2 here.
Okay. Who will help cut the wheat? The cat said, no, the cat yelled, not I. The pigs yelled, not I. And the rat whispered, not I.
Okay, yeah, because you already used yelled a couple of times. So you could even use things like the cat meowed, not I, the pig oinked, not I, and the rat squeaked, not I. You could say that. So do you know what we're talking about, Delilah? So you can't use said anymore. You got to think of another way to put it. Do you have an idea, Delilah? Were you going to say something, Delilah, or no? No? Okay. Go on to the next one, number 3. Cassie?
Okay. Who will help thresh the wheat? Wait, hold on. Who will help thresh and carry the wheat?
Good.
The cat meowed, not I. The pig snorted, not I. And the mice whispered, not I.
Nice. Good job. Or you could even group them together and say they all said, not I, for your
Yeah.
variation, you could do that too. Okay, last one, number 4 here.
Who will help bake the bread? The cat and the cat. They all said, not I.
There you go. That would be a good place to put it because you already said each one. Awesome. Good. I like it, Cassie. How about Delilah? I know we're out of time, but I want to see if you can do part of this. Okay. So see if you can change this into a sentence. So mix,
Okay.
knead, and dough. How would you make that into a sentence?
The chicken mixed and the chicken mixed needed the chicken mixed and knead the dough.
Nice. The chicken mixed and kneaded the dough. Good. I like it, Delilah. See if you can do this next one.
Okay. What does the words mean though?
Okay, remember we put C for cat.
Oh,
Write this down here. let's put a note here so we don't forget. C equals cat, P equals pig, R equals rat. Just in case when you go to do your homework, you might forget what those stand for. CPR.
Okay.
Okay.
So the cat was lazy, the pig was snoring, and the rat was what is that word?
This
Mirror?
is mirror.
What does that word mean?
Like when you're in the bathroom, when you look in the mirror, remember the rat was looking at himself in the mirror.
You can't really see the word. It's like, and
Yeah. There, is that better a little bit?
kind of.
So the cat was lazy, the pig snored, and the rat was mirrored.
It would be like the rat was looking in the mirror.
Yeah,
So try that. Say the rat was looking in the mirror.
the rat was looking in the mirror.
There you go. Good job, Delilah. And then I'm just gonna have you do this one. This will be your last one, number 2 right here. And then we're gonna
Okay.
stop. So it's smell, wafted, and animals.
Maybe like no.
What
I'll
did
see where it is in this and then try to make I'll see where it is in this and try to make my own sentence.
Okay, you can look for it on there. I can tell you where it's at.
Okay.
It is. Let me see. I think it's on the back. It's toward the bottom. Right here. A delicious odor was wafted upon the autumn breeze. So the odor is the smell. It wafted upon the autumn breeze, and all the animals could smell it.
So all the animals smelled it. I don't know how you use the sentence.
Yeah, that was a hard one, huh? Wafted. So how about all the animals smelled the bread that wafted in the breeze? It just means like it floated in the air and everybody could smell it.
Okay, all the animals could smell the wafted in the air.
Good. Yes. Okay. That was pretty close. Yes. And your grandma can help you with that. And you know what, Delilah, if you don't want to use that word, you don't have to. Okay.
Okay.
You could just say all the animals smelled the bread. That would work too. All right, you guys, that was really good. This was a hard one and we did a lot. So this week, do your grammar and then you're going to finish writing these 2 paragraphs, but don't forget, this is really important. I know Cassie's using it and I think Delilah, you are too, but make sure you use your checklist. Okay, that's really important for you
I thought
to
you were
use.
giving me that drink.
And also, Delilah, go ahead and mute for a second.
Sorry that I was not muted.
It's okay. So don't forget to give your story a new title too, because now you're going to finish the story of the Little Red Hen. So you want to give it a brand new title after you're done writing paragraph 2 and 3. Do you guys understand what to do for your homework? Yep. Do you understand, Delilah?
Yes, and I'm never gonna leave. Never gonna leave. I'm staying here.
You're never going to leave. That means I'm going to watch you sleep tonight.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait.